fuck. Right. Okay. So I imported it incorrectly. And one thing, so setup, document setup, and I'm gonna reset, right, not here, but setup, resize document, and I'm gonna resize the document to be 4 times larger. Resize. I am using vectors, so it doesn't matter what size the whole thing is for me. I don't really care for that. Okay. So now refresh. So goblin. Wait, fuck. Goblin animation. Goblin animation. Okay. So we delete these. Delete. This is the old goblin. So goblin sprites. Right. Goblin animation. So I'm gonna delete this again. Goblin. Okay, goblin sprite, we remove that when we do not want that. And this one. Save. There's not gonna be any other frames. Right on. This is gonna be attack. Attack. Now, which frame does attack start in? It's reasonably difficult to tell that. So it was 6 frames. I think that is the attack frame, the first attack frame, basically. So it's just gonna be moved to the start. Okay. Goblin underscore move. This is gonna be the walking animation now. So we remove these 6 frames. Save. Now that is added. We go back to scene here. And right. Wrong. Let me delete that one. So goblin animation. So it's gonna be basic underscore entity. Basic entity. We're gonna have shared controller for most of the entities, which is gonna sit here. Then I'm gonna have goblin have basic entity. Yeah, that's the correct one. And now create an animation override controller. And goddammit, I'm gonna move this back into this goblin one for now. Basic entity. Because I need to attach some animations to this. Or actually, wait, project, move to, damn it, move to, I don't know which one. So, create folder, basic underscore entity, basic entity. So we're gonna move this and this into here. So it doesn't mess with me. And I'm still gonna move the health bar here. Then create animation. So this is gonna be attack, idle, and move. Move. Okay. Now I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna set this to move. I'm gonna set this to attack. And I'm gonna set this to idle. Okay, all of them will have a shared controller now. And if I go into where was that? Enemies, zone 0, and then into Goblin, and I can have this be basic entity. Now I can set these to be these ones. I'll move, and if I remember correctly, I had set up the triggers for this. Yes, I have. I don't have a trigger set up for idle. I'm gonna do that, I think. So, trigger, idle. I'm just gonna set it up despite not probably using it at all. Like the code. So, now, the Goblin has all the animations attached to it. Now I have to edit the code a little bit. Could I cannot edit through here. Oh, no, I can. Good. Animation controller, it's gonna be animation. Right controller. It's gonna be an override controller. It's gonna be attached to this thing, Goblin. Now, if I go into scene and start running it, this is gonna work. I go to the map. I'm just gonna spawn enemies, and no errors are appearing. That means it should be working. I should okay. Okay. I have seen worse. I have seen worse. So what is happening here? So it is barely moving, but it is moving. Okay. Okay. I see. Okay. Let's do a thing real fast. I'm gonna set pixels per unit. I'm gonna set it to 150. So that basically, if I restart the scene, it's gonna be smaller in size, the goblins themselves, right? I don't want them to be too large, yeah, okay. Now, why? Okay. I'm gonna click on this goblin real fast. Animator, let's see what's happening here. It's sending a trigger every time it's trying to move. That's what's happening. Okay. Understand. I understand that, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this. And, has exit time. Settings, can transition to self. No. Can transition to self. No. And can transition to self. Also no. And, has exit time. No. Fixed duration. No, we're gonna set all of those to 0. Exit time has exit time. I'm gonna set that to 0. Okay. So now, if I start it again, this should work correctly now. Instead of jittering like it was doing before, this should be walking properly, right? Okay, this is good enough. I don't think I'm gonna make anything much better. I'm not skilled in drawing, and this looks unique enough, basically. I do wish, though, that... Okay, so I'm gonna have to add a flip animation direction here. I'm gonna very quickly see a thing. If I pick like... Okay, let's pick this one, for example. I'm gonna very quickly disable it a couple of times. I think it's a wolf. Right. No, not stats. I want this enable gizmo. Yeah, I had selected a wolf. Okay. So, if I disable this real fast, are they now different walking cycles? Let's see. Yeah, that one's a different walking cycle. Okay, so I'm just spawning them in a perfect way to where they're overlapping. Okay, good to know. Good to know. This was a very long experience that I do not wish to repeat again. But I will have to, because there's so many enemies in this game. So I'm gonna have to animate every single one.